Hello, everyone. This is Yonggan Fu. I'm currently a senior research scientist at NVIDIA Research. So it's a great opportunity to present our recent work, Nemotron Lab Diffusion, which is a tree-mode language model, and we believe it has potential to be the next generation language modeling paradigm for faster agentic AI. Okay, so we know in the current agentic era, the autoregressive decoding is often memory-bound, especially for personal agent with batch size 1, and also long context cloud serving, where you need a huge KV cache traffic. And we can see this memory-bound scenario from this roofline model. So basically, the x-axis here, the x-axis here is arithmetic intensity, which is basically how many computation you can perform per memory loading. And the higher this value, you can better leverage the computation power of GPUs, and you can reach this compute bound region. But for the personal agent and also the long context cloud serving scenario, their arithmetic intensity is super low, and in this memory bounded scenario here. Means that, if you want to really improve the GPU utilization, the fix is to emit more tokens per memory pass. And we are trying to solve this from two aspects. One is to develop more efficient language model architectures, especially hybrid models. So hybrid models means we combine full attention and linear attention and also sparse attention. And you can see NVIDIA, we just released the Nemotron 3 Ultra model, which actually the best open source model in the US and maybe ranks the third or fourth among all open source models yesterday. We also have some other explorations like Haimba, Nemotron Flash in terms of hybrid model architectures. And after squeezing out the redundancy at the architecture level, what we are recently working on is to look at the modeling paradigms. Instead of using left-right autoregressive generation, can we break this and switch to parallel diffusion generation? So this is what we will introduce today, Nemotron Lab Diffusion. And first, why diffusion ARMs? So first is that, efficiency. You can see AR models, they are memory bound. But for diffusion model, during generation time, they can also make them near compute bound, so that you can have much higher generation throughput. And the second reason is potentially higher intelligence. So we know the AR model only learns to modeling text from left to right. But for diffusion ARMs, they are learning all permutations, left to right, right to left, and other permutations at the same time. So it's harder to train such kind of models, but if you can train them, it can potentially have a higher upper bound. This is our vision. And we have a kind of demo in SML this year called Efficient DRM, which is an early diffusion ARMs. It's doing block-wise generation, and within each block, you can see the tokens are generated in a non-autoregressive manner. We just iteratively denoising them from mask tokens into normal tokens. And this can achieve about 3x speed up over the QM models with same accuracy. But the mission is not done yet, because if we really want to see whether diffusion ARM is a potential alternative for autoregressive models, we really need to do more critical thinking and answer the three questions. First, versus AR models, should diffusion ARMs compete with AR models, or the two paradigms can be harmonized into the same model? And second, we know there are some multi-token prediction methods, just like Eagle3. They already can achieve parallel decoding abilities. And compared to MTV method, where diffusion ARMs are indeed faster. And given all these competitive methods, do we have sufficient reason to justify the long-term exploration of diffusion ARMs? This is the third question. And we try to answer these questions via our Nemotron Lab Diffusion model, which is a tree-mode language model. And it's better to see that from this video. Our Nemotron Lab Diffusion is a tree-mode language model unifying AR diffusion and then another mode called self-speculation. We have different kinds of model sizes. And AR mode is just like generate from left to right. And for the diffusion mode, it will iteratively denoise mask tokens into normal tokens. Self-speculation is a combination of the two, using diffusion to draft and AR to verify. It's just like a speculative decoding, but it's all within the same model. And the outcome is that our model can be much faster. You can see this is a real demo deployment in SG-Long on GB200 GPUs. We can achieve 4x speedup over the AR models. And a bit more about the performance, you can see the left figure here, which is basically the accuracy throughput trade-off. And NARD is our Nemotron Lab Diffusion model. All our different modes of NARD, they can achieve a much better frontier in the accuracy and the throughput trade-off. And similarly, if you measure the system throughput versus per user throughput, which is important for some inference people, our self-speculation can also achieve better trade-off here. And next, let's answer the scientific question here. Here are some more technical stuff. So to answer the first question, the relationship between AR and diffusion, you can see our hypothesis is that the two can be complementary and mutually beneficial. The reason is that the AR actually can bring strong left-right linguistic priors, which diffusion lacks. And for diffusion, they are will jointly plan for a block of future tokens at the same time. So it can explicitly plan for the future, which AR models miss. So that's why we just do a joint training. You can see our objective is a weighted sum of the two, AR objective and diffusion objective, in the same forward path. And we train the model in an efficient way, just like in one forward path. We will compute both losses, just like given the input, we will do some masking process to create a noisy version, do a concatenation with a clean one, and finally compute diffusion and AR loss at the same time. This is achieved via through a specialized attention pattern, attention mask here. More technical details can be found in our tech report. And we also add some other training techniques, try to stabilize the training process. And this table just like show that in terms of the diffusion accuracy, when we add each of the technique, how we improve that. And you can focus on this last row only, just like you can see after adding the AR losses, the AR objectives, this brings the largest gains among all the techniques. This indicates that preserving the AR abilities during diffusion training is critical for diffusion performance due to the introduced left-right priors. And vice versa, we also do another experiment that is on top of AR training model, we add the diffusion loss here. And we do both base model pre-training and instruct model SFT. You can see adding the diffusion loss can also improve the AR accuracy. It's just like the MTP in DeepSeek V3. They find that predicting the future can help your AR model learning. So based on the experiments of the two set of experiments, we can see the answer to Q1 is that AR and diffusion, they are actually complementary and mutually beneficial. Joint training is the right design choice. And after enable the AR mode and diffusion mode, the third mode just directly naturally emerges. That is self-speculation, meaning you can use the diffusion model to do draft and use the AR mode to do verification. These are all the single model with shared weights. And let's compare it with the existing multi-token prediction method like the Ego3 method. You can focus on the bar figures here. Basically, the x-axis is different methods. The y-axis is the real throughput measured in S3 long across different platforms, including the personal computer, DGX Spark, and also the cloud one, the GB200. You can see the green one is our method. The black one is a vanilla AR model. The blue one is the MTP method Ego3. You can see across different platforms, our self-speculation can achieve up to 4x speed up over AR and 2.5 speed up over the Ego3 existing MTP methods, indicating this self-speculation is currently the best inference scheme. And you might wonder, what is the red part here? Why it looks so good? This is the next question to answer. So actually, we find a very embarrassing thing. That is linear speculation, the self-speculation actually outperform the diffusion mode only. Then do we really need to devote more efforts to study the diffusion model itself? So we just try to answer this by this speed of light analysis, which provides an upper bound for the achievable parallelism of the diffusion mode. So yeah, so basically we have an algorithm to derive an optimal sampler. So this is not practically achievable yet, but we can, based on the ground truth, to assume we can have an optimal sampler. And more technical details about the algorithm can be found in our paper. But basically, when we have an optimal sampler, we can measure the upper bound performance achievable by the diffusion mode. You can focus on this TPS figure, meaning token per forward, decoded by the previous best scheme, linear speculation, and the diffusion speed of light, meaning diffusion SOL. You can see if we can really get an optimal sampler, the diffusion SOL can further improve the throughput by 1.7x speed up over the linear speculation. This indicates that diffusion still have long-term potential to be explored, and the key is to find an optimal sampler. Yeah, then we have also already answered the 3 questions. Here are some more results, just like this is our 8B model. We can achieve better accuracy than Q1 models with all modes and achieve up to decode 6 tokens per model forward. Similarly, our 3B 14-bit model can achieve similar speedup, and our VRM also become the best open source diffusion VRM, and it's all open source. Okay, so that's all for the talk, and the key takeaways is that AR and diffusion objectives are complementary and mutually beneficial. This can be potentially the next model training paradigm. And the tree mode generation naturally emerges after the joint AR diffusion training. Currently, in terms of the inference efficiency, self-speculation can outperform existing MTP methods and become the most efficient mode currently. And the diffusion mode still have long-term potential to be explored, especially the optimal sampler. So welcome to try our model on Hugging Face. It's already 500K downloads in the past month. Yeah, thank you.